Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Monday. I hope you're having a lovely start to your week, and I thank you very much for your support. I'm going to start off a little different today. You see, I keep saying I don't believe in coincidences, but this one's too crazy not to mention. When I woke up this morning, as I do, thank you God, um, I came out and looked at the clock at the time on the oven, and it was 6:13, and I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. And then I looked at the microwave clock, which had the numbers 1313 on it, and I was like, oh, there's something about the number 13. That's a good start to the day, signs and synchronicities. And so I went about and did my thing, had a coffee and a ciggy. And then I came and opened my Bible, and I opened it onto Mark 13. And I was like, oh, okay then. Here we go. Mark 13 is where Jesus speaks about the future. So I went down here to verse 13. And everyone will hate you because you are my followers, but the one who endures to the end will be saved. I was like, well, that's a pretty good message. But then underneath it goes on to the talk of the great tribulation. It says, the day is coming when you will see the sacrilegious object that causes desecration standing where he or it should not be. Reader, pay attention. Now, that when it mentions this sacrilegious object that causes desecration, it always draws my attention. Nobody really knows what the sacrilegious object is or where it will be, or see, they ask you to pay attention and kind of, interpret it for yourself. So I was like, well, there are no coincidences, okay? Oh, and then I had to read a book to my baby girl. And after we finished reading the book, there was the end of a cartoon playing, and I just so happened to look up at the credits, and I saw the name Mark, and I was like, oh, bang, there we go again. So I thought, why don't we pull some cards on it? Pull some letters, perhaps. So that was very interesting. Don't mind if you can hear my baby chewing. She's got an apple, or slice of apple. I didn't give her a whole apple. Anyways, I got this deck out to use. I was drawn to this one. So we're just going to go with the flow and see what comes out. I don't know if we're pulling on the fact that people may hate me or mock me, which I don't really care about. I don't care what anyone thinks at this point. Or if we're going to pull on something else. Oh, diet. Fasting. I've been getting all these signs and synchronicities that I need to fast. Oh, to release the devil. Shit. Okay. Interesting, because I also flicked to, I think it was Matthew 6:13. 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Where were we? Because I was comparing Matthew and Mark 13, Um, no, it wasn't Matthew. Maybe it was Mark. No. Oh, but that's... Oh, shit. Teaching about prayer and fasting. 2 seconds. I'm going to try and find what I saw. Sorry, guys. It was Mark. Mark chapter 6, verse 13. And they cast out many demons and healed many sick people, anointing them with olive oil. There could be some relevance there. I'm going to have to try and fast. Anyhoots. Don't mind me just getting another sign and synchronicity. Maybe I'll get a great revelation. I don't know. Shit. Anyhoots. I don't know if I'll upload this now. Maybe the message is just for me. I don't know, but I feel like I should be trying to get these messages out. I've also been having a lot of dreams. My dreams have been fire the last few weeks or months. Ever since I stopped smoking weed, my dreams have been just vivid and full of messages. I don't share them all. But a lot of my dreams, I have one probably once a week, where I'm trying to set up a shelter and help people. It's mostly from like a tsunami wave or a flood or something. But I've had definitely more than one dream of trying to set up a shelter. And I'm just kind of taking that as like a message that I'm meant to be trying to help people turn towards God, towards Jesus in my own way. Ask me a few years ago if I was a believer and I probably would have laughed in your face. But times are changing. Oh, gosh. Anyways, so I don't know if the cards will have anything to do with my coincidences this morning. I say coincidence, but there are no coincidences anymore, if you ask me. Oh, I'm also just looking... You see, the other day I wrote down the Bible verse that I opened up on, and it was Joel 3, verse 13. See, there's the 13 again. And it's, swing the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come tread the grapes, for the winepress is full. The storage vats are overflowing with the wickedness of these people. I've got it written down on my little notepad there. So, I don't know. Call me crazy, I don't care. I know what I know. What is the message? What do we need to know at this time? Fall of civilization. Bum, 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 bum. I just heard it. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. The fall of civilization. The great tribulation. Or, I don't know if that... Indulgence, ignorance, greed, corruption. Sounds like the world today, doesn't it? Oh, and that's actually an underwater... Oh, don't mind them. There's boobies there. Don't report my channel. It's just a card, okay? I can't help the artwork. You see, I also stumbled across a video about Antarctica and what may be, hidden there. I don't know, I'm not going to go into that too much, but we could very well be talking about the fall of civilization, you know, the next great flood, or although God did promise not to flood the earth again, but he didn't promise to not destroy it. That's I don't know, I have a little chuckle every time I think about it, because I think it's like a picture in my head going, oh, what promise? That promise where I promised not to flood the earth, but I didn't promise I wouldn't do anything else. Does that make sense? Anyhoots, shit, let's see what else we need to know here. What else are you going to give us? Oh, Oceania. Location, I just saw that. Magic. Ooh, Wiccan. Sorcerer, sorceress. Witchcraft and wizardry. All those people in high places doing witchcraft and wizardry out of greed. Could be. I just saw the word greed again. Where was it? Yeah, the lesson, greed. Instruction. Master, teacher, mentor, academic. Shit. Master magicians. That's also reminded me of a dream I had. See, one of the dreams I had where I was trying to help people, I was actually drawing on a whiteboard, and I remember the symbol thing that I drew, and it had pi, you know, like the maths pi equation. 2 seconds, I've got to go bear mummy for a minute. Sorry guys, I'm back, but I shit you not. Look at the bottom of the deck. Rise of civilization, dreamer, organizer, planner, developer. You see, I am pretty sure that there are some people in high places, some big wigs, who know, and they're trying to plan their escape. It's like they know what's coming, probably because of all that magic they've been doing. Maybe that's what I'm trying to do in my dreams. I don't know. See, I've been trying to tell people, stop doing witchcraft and wizardry. Stop being greedy. Oh no, he's headed out to sea. I just heard on the... Oh, I've got ascetic, mystic, Buddhist, ascetic, Christian ascetic, and hermit. I think these kinds of people, even though they're bullied and mocked and laughed at and hated, I think that these people are going to, or these kinds of people are going to, or maybe they're trying to use them. I don't know. Say, for instance, the world went to shit and, you know, we had to start all over again. But instead of being led by greedy, indulging, corrupt bigwigs, we were led by this. Or maybe that's how we were meant to do it and we just completely effed it up. And I don't know, I'm going to take that rise of civilization there, because that's just, I can't believe that was at the bottom of the deck. And you know how Christians and believers were persecuted, you know? I don't know a lot. I'm not a Bible pro. I'm just learning as I go. Maybe they're going to try and do this again. I don't know. But I think the bigwigs have been instructed to escape somewhere else. I really think they have been. Secrets. Shh. Secret agenda. Don't spill all the tea, April. Shit. Oh, if you guys could get into my head, you would be shocked. Kept in the dark. Yeah, don't tell people about how we're going to try and jump ship and save ourselves, even though they're not going to make it. Interesting. Oh, truth seeker at the bottom of the deck now. Spiritual questioning, investigation, spying and questioning of authority. I mean, I guess I'm a little bit of a truth seeker. I don't know. I'm just a mum reading cards. I say that all the time, but I'm just a crazy tarot lady. That's my disclaimer. Oh, look, I cut the deck on that adventure card with the ice and the... You know, it looks pretty Antarctic / Arctic, if you ask me. And we've got gain, cultivation, profit, and conclusion. That's also the number 0 too. That's like clean slate, start again, new beginning, you know. Okay. You know, if anything happens to me, it was probably the Da Vinci Code people or so, I don't know. What in the Da Vinci Code is this? Shit. Funny, yeah, I mentioned how I watched a video about what may be hidden in or under or like near Antarctica. Because you know how they keep it pretty secret down there. I don't know. I don't follow a lot of news or anything. But I do know that there are certain bases from like basically all the different countries that have kind of staked their claim there. And I'm pretty sure they're digging or looking for something that they know about, that they don't want everyone else to know about. I actually saw the other day that you could take a cruise around the, you know, towards Antarctica. I don't know how far it goes, but I wouldn't want to be on that sinking ship. I'll just say that much. Ugh. Call me crazy. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. This is my channel, and I'm going to say what I want. And stay shadow banned forever, apparently. What else do we need to know? Natural disaster, fall of civilization, risk, frustration, survive. What was I saying? The fall of civilization that met with a natural disaster, you know, kind of like the Great Flood. But again, he didn't promise not to flood the earth. You know, might be earthquakes and volcanoes and that kind of shit, which we're going to have to survive. Robbery, exploitation. Yeah, bigwigs using their magic to keep themselves in high places. Maybe they're planning on stealing shit from Antarctica. I don't know. I'm just a mum reading cards. It's not going to be a good time though. Like, if you've watched an apocalypse movie, then you know that a disaster happens and people start going crazy and looting and all that kind of shit. It's not a nice place. Accident, fright, danger, instruction. See, I'm trying to tell people. Caution, fright. We should be We should probably be a bit more worried than we are. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the big wigs keep a lot hidden, you know, they control the news and all that kind of shit. Conflict, difference, disputation, and quarrel. Yeah, see, they got to keep it secret so that people don't start doing all this crazy shit, because that'd give it away too much. Meanwhile, the big wigs are floating off to outer space or hiding in their caves and shelters and shit, leaving us all out here to make it the best we can. Fury at the bottom of the deck. Offence, madness, and unpleasantness. And it's not good. I don't know if that's God mad at the bullshit. I don't know. Let's get some letters. Let's see what else comes out. And then we'll get some tarot, I guess. Alright, where are we going to put these? Over here. A kin. AI. Ooh. AI. See that? And I just want to throw out there again that I am not okay with AI being used as like slaves or... Oh, shit. A kin. Kin. Children. I've got I again. I've got AI again. You see, we're getting to a point where we're... I again. That's a blank. M. Aim. Main. Male. L. Oh. Carly. Shit. L. Again. P. Panic. I know it's not, I know there's no C, but Panik. Pain. Pale. I'm going to get one more just to even it out. N again. Limp. Imp. Yeah, imps. Nail. Kiln. Burning furnace. I don't know. It's not too much there. Animal. Mania. You see, if anyone talks about this kind of shit, they just kind of try and paint them out to be crazy and stupid, and or they'll try and persecute them. Shit. Oh, gosh. Milk. Map. Ooh. Anima. Kill. Ugh. kill. MIA, missing in action. If I ever go MIA, then you're gonna you know what happened. um, you know, that's also interesting because I had a dream a while back about robots, AI robots. I kind of mentioned it, but oh, the world's going to shit, I'm telling you. In the dream I had, the robots, they were being controlled by bigwigs up in a tower, but they could like hold their hand next to somebody's head and take them out. You know, like say if there was chips in people's heads, the robots could just go up and put their hand next to their head, and then the person would lay down and die. In that dream, I was trying to escape and lead people away. I was trying to tell them, but I'm just the crazy tarot lady. 2 seconds, guys. Sorry, guys. It is what it is. Stolen knowledge. Maybe that's what they're looking. I don't know what they're looking for down there or up there, wherever. Fool. There's 0 again. You see, they want us to stay in the dark. They don't want us to know what they're really up to behind the scenes. They want us to remain blind and stupid. And that, again, looks like, I know it's water, but it kind of looks like icy mountains at the moment, and somebody, you know, taking a leap of faith off a cliff. A reset. It's time to start, a fresh start. So it's reset energy. It might not be a flood, but it could be something else. Hermit in reverse. Oh, she's just paranoid. She's crazy. Loneliness, paranoia, withdrawal, antisocial, and restriction. See, it's kind of like all of a sudden one day, and it could be like years and years and years into the future. I don't know when shit's going to happen. But these people in high places are just going to kind of like disappear. They're going to go quiet, and we're going to be like, what's going on? But they're making their escape to try and start their new civilization somewhere else with all their money and shit. And it's not going to happen. 5 of Cups in reverse. Moving forward, continue. Yeah, they don't care. They're just going to leave us to it. Oh, forgiveness. Yes, it is also said that people who believe, people who turn to God and believe that Jesus was the Son of God who was sent to die on the cross, people who believe are going to be forgiven. But you have to repent and ask for forgiveness, and you have to shit. World in reverse. Yeah, the world's gone to shit. Whatever their escape plan is, it's not going to work. It's not going to hold up. They're not going to be able to take their wealth and power and It's almost time. I just heard on the TV. Shit. You see, I know there are a lot of people out there, a lot of fanatics, a lot of, it's the end times. The end is nigh. But I kind of really feel like it might be closer than we think. And what are they going to do with that money? It's going to be useless. Super monsters. Shit. Nine of Pentacles. Independence. Maybe I'm better off just keeping it to myself, and when the time comes, I don't know. That's also, it's giving like division. It's people squabbling and fighting over things and money and possessions. What else do we need to know? Three of Wands, foresight. some of us can see, or travel, moving abroad. I'm telling you, that's kind of given the vibe of people in high places, big wigs, watching everyone else and going, ha 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 ha, we know something you don't know. We're going to make off with all our money. We're going to leave you guys to fend for yourselves. Devil. It's trick of the devil, I'm telling you. Materialism. Doing magic for money, greed, power. Wherever these people think they're going, I don't know if they're trying to make it to the promised land, but they're not going to be allowed in because they're too corrupt. They've been doing magic and witchcraft and teaching people the wrong things, and they've been greedy. It's all a trick of the devil, though. They're not going to be allowed in. Oh, there's the Magician in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, wasted talent. It's all for nothing. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. How's that money going to serve you then? Bless you, my bubby. Yeah, we've got Carly here. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Devil, could give the energy of like a goddess or a deity. I'm going to have to share this video I watched, because in the video I watched about what's hidden in Antarctica, the person there was talking about how the fallen angels and they're disguised as gods and goddesses, and people are worshipping them, thinking that they're gods and goddesses, working with them, but it's actually, it's a trick of the devil. They're being tricked. I don't know what we're getting. Sun in reverse. When the sun disappears, yeah, unrealistic expectations. If they think they're going to just make off with all their money and power and be happy ever after, then they've got another thing coming. Queen of Wands in reverse. Feminine. Heavy feminine energy. Could very well be goddesses who are actually devils in disguise. I've got 5 of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Financial luck, improvement, end of difficulties, positive change, good direction. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just trying to share what I know. And I kind of wish I could just plug my head into the phone and it would just, although I don't talk too much because Black Mirror, anybody? You know that episode where people had chips in their head and they could like project what was in their head and show people? You know, it might be closer than we think. And then I go back to the robots and Queen of Wands in reverse is also witch. Women in high society. I'm sacrificing children. I don't know. No, I don't know. God's watching all this happen, and this is a what promise? Yeah, sure, I promised to not flood the earth, but I didn't promise anything else, did I? Ay. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. Take it as it resonates, I guess. Um, hopefully this helps somebody, or it's just gonna be a record that, you know, I did try and tell people. I don't know.